Man, good stuff, good stuff. So I'm gonna start it off with my famous question. Everybody know what it is. What was Brad's first car?
It was a 2001 Nissan Sentra. It was,
Woo!
yeah, it was basically just to get me from point A to B, but that's also what kind of made me stay with Nissan too.
Right. Cool, cool, cool. Let me shout out a few people, man. We got a lot of folks tapping in. True 804 boy, John DC, Red Boy 49ers, Blue Fame, Danny Ruger, GA boy, the real Mr. G Body. What's good, fam? Cedric Hampton, Mr. Harris, Ruin 1 L33, T Money, Black Ultima, Amber is doing fine, Sam Sneed, No IG Wahid. Man, we just got started. We got a few folks that's tapping up in here. All right, so
Yes.
your first vehicle was actually a JDM. It might have not. Well, is the Sentra considered JDM?
Technically, it can fall under that, but it don't really get much respect in that regard.
Gotcha. All right. So, how did you get into cars, man? Tell us the whole story behind it.
Well, I've been really into cars since I was little. I remember always having the little Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars, but I wasn't around cars, so nobody really had any cool cars except for like a neighbor growing up. And anytime I could, I went and talked to him about his car. He had it was an old Camaro. He was just kind of fixing it up, and then one day it stopped working, and he said life kind of got to him, so he had to sell it. But um, when my little brother was born, I'm 13 years older than my brother. Um, I noticed he loved video games and he loved cars, and we related on the video games because I went to school for game design. So we
Oh,
already,
really?
we already communicated on that side. But I felt like that was more of my passion, and cars was more of his. And so I was like, look, I want to relate to him on his level. And so from that point, I just kind of went full into cars. That was a little after the Fast and Furious came out, and so I just kind of went full on into it. And watching that movie, I was hooked on it. The video games, we played Gran Turismo back in the day, Need for Speed.
Mm-hmm.
I remember training to beat my dad in Gran Turismo, and the car I ended up beating with was a Nissan GTR, and that's what started my love for the GTR and Nissan in general. It probably took me 2 months before I could beat my dad, but all that together kind of just cemented me into the car community.
Right, man. Dope. Cindy Young. That's Mrs. Demonology. Thank you for tapping in. Auto Bees, we appreciate you. Silverati. All Rides Welcome Cars. Latin Snaps. Man, we got a lot of folks that's coming in here. Strong Arm. And also on the YouTube side, Shane L. Auto Bees tapping into the YouTube. Salute, Caution Road, man. Salute to you. Appreciate it. The Real New York, man. Look, we always appreciate your support, The Real New York. Make sure y'all go ahead and check out his podcast as well. He's doing interviews consistently. He's bringing some of the top dogs and even people who you guys don't know about or may even know about that maybe not top dogs that's in the car game. So make sure y'all check them out. And also Free Smoke. You know, guys at Free Smoke. Check them out as well. All right, so I was going to wait to bring it up. But since you brought it up, I'm going to make that segue into it now. So I'm a novice when it comes to JDM, imports. Now, I had a Mercedes. I'm not sure if that, I don't consider that as JDM. I consider that more as imports. In that particular realm, right, you mentioned the GTR. That's Godzilla, right?
Right.
I know the Supra is up there.
Mm-hmm.
I know the Skyline is up there. Like outside of those, and you can give more clarity of the reasons behind it, because obviously I don't know outside of Fast and Furious. But what are some like the top cars that people, I guess, praise and like respect more than others in that lane? And like, man, I got this now, but my gold car is this. So like, what are those type of cars, the makes, the models, and the reason behind those cars are being so iconic?
Well, the two main ones are the Supra and the GTR. Now, when it comes to the Supra, the Mark IV Supra that's a big one. They just came out with the Mark V. which is a collaboration with BMW.
Mhm.
The Mark IV was iconic, mostly because at the time they were putting up some almost supercar numbers for the time, and basically they had a gentleman's agreement, like, hey, we're gonna keep it under a certain amount. But what they would do is they would go over it, but they would tell everybody, oh no, we're only pushing 240 or something around it when it's like 380. But you can modify them so much, so you can get 1,000 horsepower out of all of their stock engines. And so that was the main thing. It's like a tuner's dream. Like you can push it as much as you want, and there's a lot of people who do push those cars to beat supercars. But other than those, you do have the Acura or Honda NSX, depending on which part of the world you're in.
What about that? Yeah.
Yeah. Then you have the Mazda RX-7, which was another big one.
Woo! I wanted the RX-7 so bad in 2002 when I had my Corsica, and it was Fast and Furious. If you had an RX-7 back then, we talking 20 years ago, you was the GOAT.
Yep, and that's still a pretty big one.
Like why? Why is that another iconic car?
That one is mostly how much you can mod it as well. That's the big thing that sets a lot of them apart. The NSX, that one is more for the looks, because you can still push those, but you can't push them as far as the other ones.
Okay.
And it's just the ones that are readily available as well. Like with the GTR, well, we didn't get a GTR until the newer R35. That's the only one that we got. Now we're importing them. I think we can go up to the R33 because of the 25-year rule, so when it can be imported. But that's the big thing. It's funny because they were saying a lot of the stock Skylines and GTRs of the day, they actually get beat by like Nissan Maximas today. But the fact that you can push them to go a lot further, that's why they really still stand the test of time. Plus the design too.
Okay. So let's man, you hit me with this. So I watched one of your videos, and you're gonna and I've been trying to look for this video today, and I couldn't find it because you post a lot of great videos. You had one video that, man, you had so many GTRs and Skylines in it, and that was I think that was my first time even seeing a 4-door Skyline. What video is it, so I can pull up on the screen and show the people why you talk to us through the video? What's the title of it?
Honestly, I don't remember the title of that one.
Oh,
no.
man.
It was one of a car meet though that I went to. But that is one thing. Like I've been to a lot of shows where I see, anytime I see a Skyline, I'm always throwing it up there. There we go. Yep. So like when I go to that shop at Speed Zone, they actually had 2 or 3 that were almost always there. I believe they just sold one of them. But yeah, it's almost guaranteed to be a Skyline there.
Yeah, it was. I found a couple in this video.
Yeah.
Hold on. What was that right there? Was that a Porsche?
That was a Ferrari.
Oh, that was a Ferrari. Okay, what, 360, 430?
I think it's the 360. If I remember correctly.
Okay.
Yes,
Super
but
clean. So while we watching this, man, tell us about the car scene down there. Because those who are not into JDMs and maybe not even into Florida as well, man. Talk to us about the scene that's down here that you're filming. A part of your vlogs and a part of what you do down there in Florida.
Well, mostly down here in Florida, JDM. It's like you can't go anywhere without seeing JDM cars. Thing I love about Florida is so many people modify their cars. So you can't drive anywhere without seeing at least one modified car in some sort of fashion. When I first got here, everybody was doing the underglow, and this was 4 years ago, and I felt like it was a little too soon for it. And then as I've been here, I'm seeing it everywhere, and then it kind of got me, and now I got underglow as well. But yeah, it's definitely nice down here. There are some muscle scenes here and there. I do know a squad who has MOPAR, and I know a guy who's in the squad that has it's like 60, 70 Mustangs in it. So it's a lot of diversity down here. I don't know as many European cars down here. I see 1 or 2 here and there, but JDM is really the big thing in Florida.
So let's add context to it, because obviously Florida is a large state. What part of Florida is this?
Mostly, I'm in Central Florida, so I'm in Orlando. But I kind of been going back and forth between Tampa as well. Tampa, I've seen a lot of nice cars there. A lot of old school JDMs. A couple of my homies in Tampa actually have like the old school Skyline GTR, and a couple with the Supra, the Mach 4 Supras down there. So it's definitely nice over there.
So what made you migrate to Florida? I kind of feel like I know this already.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't. Maybe I don't. Besides the weather, because are you originally from Maryland?
Yes, I'm originally from Maryland, but then I moved to North Carolina in middle school and finished high school in North Carolina.
Okay.
But I moved back to Maryland in 2012. But I ended up moving to Florida. The main reason was the weather. We had a crazy snowstorm, and I was like, yeah, I'm over it. And I was kind of just joking around with my family, like, hey, I need to move. And my aunt was like, let's go to Florida. And she thought I was joking, but I was like, all right, well, let's do it. And then we all just kind of started adding more to the plan here and there. And then I said, I'm going to start looking for jobs. And I said, the only way I'm going to move to Florida is if I get a job at either EA or Disney. And if I don't get either one of those, then it's not meant to be. And the job I interviewed for was Disney, and I got it. So I was like, all right, I guess it's the sign.
Hold on, you interviewed to the job for where?
For Disney.
Disney?
Yep.
Man, so Disney, and you're doing like what, software engineering?
It's more on the IT and network side.
Okay.
It's still a contract position, so of course I don't get all the benefits that I would like, but it's great still working for him.
Dope. This car right here.
Yeah.
You seen it up close in person, man. I don't know what type of Skyline this is, but if I'm mistaken, this is, what is this, a GT, a G34 or?
Now that one is actually a GTST. It's not a GTR. It's a variation of it. It's basically not the non-performance version.
Okay.
They added some modifications and stuff to it, but it's it would be R32.
R32. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah. So the variations go what? R32, R33, R34.
Correct, and they're on the R35 right now.
Got it. See, I know a little bit of something, y'all. A little bit. Man, I know a little bit of something. So, you've been on YouTube for how long?
I'm working on the 5th year, I believe. Actually, it was the end of August, early September in 2016 that I started.
Okay. What made you get on YouTube? I would consider you as being early on YouTube rather than a lot of the people who are now just getting on the just catching the wave. I would consider if you were on for 5 years, you're early on YouTube, man. So what made you want to get on YouTube?
Well, when I actually lived in Arizona for a little bit. When I was out there, a few of my friends were huge on YouTube. They loved watching YouTube. They was always showing me somebody's life, and I kind of got hooked on a few vlogs here and there. And I was like, once I get some money, I'm gonna start doing YouTube. Like when I'm not worried about working, I'll start doing YouTube. And then I moved to Maryland, and I was trying to get into the car scene because I had freshly sold a car I had, and I'm like, all right, I want something different, and I wanted to get something that I could put big wheels on. And so I ended up getting an Impala. And in the time I looked you up. I actually saw you on YouTube.
Okay.
And so I saw you in the videos you were doing at Rim Source.
Yeah, I remember.
Yep. And so at that time, I was like, all right, I could definitely do this. And I was like, I got to meet you. And it was around the time when you had stopped really pushing at that point. And so I started thinking, I was like, all right, well, I don't know anybody who knows much about the cars with big wheels. So let me look at stuff that I do know. I had a lot of friends at the JDM. And so I just started looking around on YouTube for that, and I found two guys, Keon, Mr. Rockoff Johnson, he's one of my homies, and a guy named Ryan, he's on Because Daddy on YouTube. And they were kind of just starting out. And so I saw that they had jobs and that they could do it. They were working and on YouTube. I was like, okay, I can definitely do that. And then I actually met Keon in person, and I met him at his job, actually. And when I met him, like, we just kind of started talking, and we became friends at that point. He just kind of just told me, like, hey, just do it. Like, you can't, there's no perfect opportunity. Just start. And so once he told me to just start, I just started recording and haven't looked back since.
Man, that's dope. That's dope, man. Congrats to that. You know, I don't know what type of camera you use, but that camera is super clear. I think I was watching the vlog when you switched over. I think it was over the summer when you got a new camera, right? Well, what type of equipment are you using? And software? We're talking about the software as well.
So right now I'm using a Canon M50. It's a mirrorless camera. I was using the M4, but it broke on me, so that's why I switched. And I edit on Adobe Premiere Pro.
Okay.
But I started with my phone. I had a Nexus 6P back in the day, and I used Microsoft Windows Movie Maker. Started with that, and I had to upgrade from that just because I couldn't do full 1080 videos, and the newer computers don't even have that software anymore. So I heard Premiere was the way to go, so I just did that.
Man, cool. So we got a question here, and also a few comments. Somebody said, honestly, my dream car. I love Tesla. So many people dislike them. The Impalas are dope. Man, appreciate you, Latin Snap. So the question comes from the Dakota Van Cleve 04. And they're asking you, what do you think about Tesla?
I've actually been interested in Tesla since they were kind of really pushing. The old Roadster was definitely something I was always interested in. We have been looking at getting a Model 3 for my wife because she's about time for a new car.
Okay, the Model 3s are nice.
Yeah, and I mean, I would like it for myself, but I'm kind of hooked into the Ultima right now, and next car would be a little project for me. But for her, I think a Model 3 would be perfect, and then I get to use it too, so it's a win-win.
Double dip, absolutely. Absolutely. Are you thinking about getting the just the the standard Model 3, or are you getting the performance package?
It'll probably be the standard with the extended range.
Okay. Yeah, we talked to if you guys remember our first guest on Car Talk TV, Adam, ATA John. He now has two. He has the Model 3 and the Model Y. So him and the missus are now Tesla gang.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has the Model 3. And I don't think it's the performance package. And I rode in it. It's fast. I know I couldn't beat it, but I lined up with him just for the heck of it. And he got out of there. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, it's fast. And we even took it on a supercar rally with a bunch of supercars, Lambos, McLarens. It was all types of cars, Porsches, Hellcats, and we were the only electric car out there. And he was keeping up to the point where when we stopped and took a break and filmed all the vehicles, people will come up to him like, man, I could not keep up with your Tesla. This thing is freaking fast. Right. And I'm like, yo, people are sleeping on Teslas. They sleeping on them big time. Big time. The dude, I think he wasn't in a ZR1. But he was in a Corvette. And he was like, man, I just could not keep up with y'all. I kept trying to push it, but y'all just kept taking away, and I'm like, man, this thing is quick.
Yeah, I remember that video.
Oh, you seen it?
Yep.
Man, so I'm about to show this vehicle, and you actually just talked about it, and somebody even just mentioned it. Where we at? We at right. This is the. Oh, it's an actual video. Okay, cool.
Oh yeah.
Talk to us about this, man. We got the Impala. So is this what got you into building cars, the Impala? This one?
Yes. The funny thing is, even with that being the car that really pushed me into it, like I didn't really do anything to that car because I actually got hit before I really had any chance to do anything. But what happened, like I had, when I first got the car, it was missing the I in Impala because it was a used car. And so I just bought a whole new emblem. And when I went to put it on, I was like, you know what, let me use the P. And I put the P in the front. So I made it the Pimpala. And
I've seen that. I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen the hashtag said Pimpala.
Yep. So I like that's pretty much all I did. I think I blacked out the Chevy logo in the back and had it tinted, and that was it. But I definitely wanted to put some 22s on that.
Yeah. And this was around that time where everybody was doing that, right?
Yeah.
So I seen an LTZ badge on the back. Was it that official?
It was already badged that when I got it, but it was not really a LTZ. I just didn't take it off.
Gotcha. So, that wasn't you trying to say, man, look,
right.
I got the LTZ, you just roll with it. So
yeah.
Here's the accident, guys, that he just mentioned, where he didn't even get a chance to, really build the car and then get into what he wanted to do. And from that point, you then grab the, not the car you have right now, because that's that's a different car.
Yeah.
Or, man, back it up. Tell us about that story.
All right. Well,
you got a lot of moving pieces, man.
Right. Well, what ended up happening? Lady ran a red light and ran into me, but luckily it was a cop right there, so he saw everything, and so he basically just wrote, "Hey, she ran a red light," and it took a month for us to get the police report to say that. Right. So that actually made me start running a dash cam. Like ever since then, I was like, all right, I'm always gonna have a dash cam, and so I've always had one since. But the car right after that was my 2013 Nissan Altima. It was a brown one. And yep, that's it right there. And that's the picture from the day I got it at the dealership. But yeah, what I ended up doing with that one, that's the first car I truly started modifying. I actually changed the color. I had it Autoflex dips white because I wanted a white one, but at the time the dealership only had the brown and they had a red one. And I was like, all right, I guess I'll go with the brown. And but I really wanted white, and so that's why I wrapped it. But with that one, I ended up doing some 20s on that. I had some coilovers and some headlights. I never had those modded onto the car, but luckily those same ones fit on my current car. So when I traded it in, I just threw the coilovers on my car. I threw the same wheels I had for that car on there as well. Ran those for about a year before I switched.
And dope stuff. Let me shout out a few folks. 74 Donk, man, appreciate you for tapping in. Sinister L33 said had to swap the IG. All right, man, appreciate that for checking on both. Zero Street Vibes, man. Latin Snaps. I don't know if you know them, but man, they really showing you mad love.
Oh yeah.
They had a question. Nasty 797. Woo, you must got a bad 797 with that type of name. All right, so Latin Snap had another question. What you think about Prius? I've seen some stance outlines.
Now, I'm a big fan of the modded Prius, but when it's stock, I'm not a fan of it. But I've definitely seen some that was being slammed that was pretty good, and some on bags that was pretty good too. Okay.
Cool. We got a question from Humbly Driven, and obviously this is catered as a YouTuber. Would you consider YouTuber on your resume?
Yeah, actually on my LinkedIn I do have YouTuber on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respectfully. All right. So Humbly Driven asks, what are your goals for YouTube?
I think my next immediate goal is to make sure I can get a YouTube check every month instead of like every other month. I'm actually right there. So I think that's actually going to happen today. I think this month is going to be my first time getting 2 in a row. Um,
Okay.
and then right after that, I wanted to make sure I can keep getting one, at least one every month. But after that, the goal will be to hit 10,000 subscribers. I think I'm at a little over 3,100 right now.
Yep.
So those are the immediate goals. But the longer term will be to hit that 100,000 and get that play button.
Okay. So what would you consider yourself more of a vlogger? Like vlogging, not just vlogging yourself, but blogging like, the day in life. Or would you consider yourself as, I'm the guy who's showing you all the JDMs, new, old interviews with owners. Which category, which bucket, would you categorize yourself as for those who haven't seen, what you're doing on YouTube?
I'm mostly a vlogger. That's most of my style, how I do everything. I am starting to incorporate a little more. I'm starting to go over like some of the homies doing their cars,
Hmm.
trying to do features. I do want to start doing some cinematic videos too. Um, I have like a whole gimbal and everything that I'm going to start using. But the main thing I'm working on for that is I want to get another lens that'll help. So that'll be coming soon, but mostly vlogs for me though.
Okay, cool. So you just dropped this video, about a week ago.
hmm
Run us through this, man. You got some new wheels, a new wheel setup on the car?
Yeah. So one of my homies, he was gonna trade his car in, and everything fell through, so he ended up not trading his car in, but he had already sold his wheels. And he mentioned that he regretted selling his wheels, and I was like, hey, you know what? I'm trying to get another set, so I think my wheels will fit better on your car. And he was interested, and I ended up selling him my wheels. And I didn't really have an idea on what wheels I was going to run. It kind of pushed me to hurry up and look for some wheels. So ended up placing an order for some wheels, and it took about 3 weeks to a month to show up because they were made to order. But this video was basically the homies coming out and supporting and just being there for me to get my new wheels. I kind of just let them know what was happening. It wasn't like, hey, you guys should be here or need to be here. It was just, if y'all want to show up, this is the day I'm doing it. And we had a nice little turnout.
I see. I'm watching it now. So for those who haven't seen your car, or don't know about you, make sure y'all go over to subscribe to his channel. Bradford White. He's consistent as well, guys. He's dropping tons of vlogs. I seen you dropping shorts as well. So he's definitely active. Especially for you guys that's jumping into the JDM scene, man. From everybody who I watch on YouTube, I think that you're the only one in that lane that I know of that I'm subscribed to. I'm sure there's a lot of other people as well. But I definitely appreciate what you're doing, man. It's definitely very satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Continue to do you. But give us a rundown of the mods on the car, man.
All right, definitely will. But before I do that, I did want to say shout out to you for the idea to do those shorts. Because we had that little conversation about how shorts has been helping you with your views, and I started doing it, and they are definitely helping with the views. So I appreciate that.
Yo, no doubt, man. No doubt. Iron sharpen iron, bro.
Exactly. But as far as the mods on the car, I have it. It's a 2017 Nissan Altima SR Midnight Edition. It's just the 2.5, so it's not the V6. Um, I got it initially just for basically a nice daily driver. The car is lowered on BC coilovers. I have 20 by 10 Bertini wheels. It is the RF 1.5s. I have underglow. I have some aftermarket fog headlights. I have a still in the rear diffuser, a eBay front lip, those carbon fiber door handles I just got. I also have a 15-inch Scar sub, and I have Star headliner in there as well as some lights on the interior under the seats too. And I believe that is it. A couple little things like I do have my roof wrapped gloss black and a carbon fiber shift knob, like tack on piece. But that's it. No performance mods for the car, mostly due to not having much support for the car. But I do also have a vibrant exhaust as well. And I usually put all of the mods in my description of my videos, on the full videos. I have a custom front grill too.
Yeah, I remember when you swapped out the grill, man. That thing looked completely different. Completely different. Night and day. Night and day.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, would you consider yourself more of a show status car than, you know, performance?
Yeah.
Aesthetic looks?
Yeah, that's basically what that build is for. I'm kind of on the edge of trying to go full VIP and just having a show car. I think I'm gonna stick with the show side, add some VIP stuff, but just want it to look good. That's really it.
Gotcha. Look, same with me, man. Look, I don't need to go fast. You know, just,
Right.
just look good when it park and everything like that. Win a couple trophies. You know, when I'm in trophy mode. We had SR too slow. He said, "Fitted, my dude."
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Smith just joined in. Satadon Data 5000. Bud Ridgeway. Wet Lady 2021. Papa Accord. Dylan Ultima. Monty 101. What's up, Monty? Big Body Scotty.
Oh yeah, we're getting a lot of Ultima guys showing in too. So
you brought them in, man. You brought them in. Do you go live?
No, I haven't gone live at all. This is the first time.
This is the first time. First time going live, and he's live with Car Talk TV. Now, my next question is, you see the flow, how it goes live, right?
Right.
I mean, obviously it's different from vlogs, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
But it's still like you just flowing, right?
Yeah, it's simple. Like I was a little nervous to get to it, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. Look, when before we started Car Talk TV, E-Vapor said, "Man, we should go live," and I'm like, "Whoa." Ready for that. But I just said, you know what? I'm gonna go with the flow. I'm in a good vibe. I'm in a good space. What the heck? You know, let's do it. And it was just a convo. So my next follow-up question for you is, would you consider, because obviously, you know, you're driving a lot of stuff to your channel. You know, you're building up influence. Would you add this in the tool belt? Would you add this in the repertoire? You know, going live on IG and while you at meets, let people know, look, whoever my IG live, I got a vlog coming, but y'all getting it live right now before y'all see it in the vlog. Would you consider throwing that in the repertoire?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it a lot. I definitely have always been interested in doing it while at the events. But a lot of times I usually don't, just because I'm trying to, like, after I get my video recorded, I want to chill and talk with the homies. But I think I need to dedicate some time to go live, at least for a little bit. Like, hey, here's a little teaser of what's coming. So I think I'll definitely do that.
Yeah, and even if it's like, because I don't watch the vlogs, y'all don't just stay in one place.
Right.
And you know, some people, you know, for privacy issues, they don't want to, you know, drop the locations where they are. We get that, right? You know, everybody don't want to be live in front of the camera. We get that, right? But you know, you guys be on the move so much, you'll be here like you'll be at the gas station and it's like 20, 30 Ultimas. And y'all just roll out and be on the strip. Like little small clips like that, I think would definitely take you know, your channel and your YouTube, your Instagram and your YouTube channel to the next level. Because people, I mean, yeah, they like the vlogs, but oh snap, I'm on here live. I'm getting to see this live.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everybody wants that connection, and that's just giving them a little bit more view, man. So you know, that's my little nugget with you. We got another question from Latin Snatch 2020. How did you come up with Fitted Squad?
That's a good one. So with Fitted Squad, it came up from, because I watched Evan Shanks, and he had this thing where he would say "No Ding Squad" just because he parked his car far away. That was just something he said, and he called for his subscribers. And I like that. And I was like, all right, I got to come up with something. And the first thing that popped up was Fitted Squad. It was just like, all right, well, like it's more just for like people who show support and who's just down for the channel. But we do actually have an internal Fitted Squad as well. So it's kind of modeled after like the Eliminate guys, where you have your core people who have like the full size banners, but then you have the people who support and down for the squad who can get different size banners, but they don't have the full size one. They just showing their love. So it's really just based off of that.
Cool. Well, y'all got the backstory on that. I'm gonna play another video here, man. Play another video.
And it's funny because I didn't really set out to kind of bring up the Ultimates like I have. It just kind of was thrust on me, being that I was a YouTuber and I had the Ultimate. It was like nobody else was really doing that with the Ultimate. And so I'm getting so many people hitting me up all the time asking me all these questions. I'm like, all right, well, most times I don't have the answer, but I'll get the answer. I usually get the answer. And I've learned so much just because somebody asked me a question.
So who's the JDM, Nissan? Who's the guru in your world? Like, who are the top dogs that's in your lane, that's doing what you do? If there's one.
Well, I mean, there's a few channels who focus mostly on JDM. Like, I mean, you have TJ Hunt. He has a lot of JDM cars. The Eliminate guys, they do. Adam LZ. A lot of those guys usually they focus on the performance side. The Eliminate guys, they do focus on the stance and like how it looks, but they also do a lot of like drifting and stuff like that. So it's pretty saturated with JDM. Like, there's a couple guys, and a lot of them are in California. That's a big one. But as far as like the ones that I know and local, like Keon, Mr. Rockoff Johnson, he's a big one. Humbly Driven, who's who's watching. She's definitely a dope channel. Then we got Boost Emotion. He's pretty good. He's really pushing for the infinity side of it. It's a lot of people who I kind of look up to.
Man, good stuff. Have you? I'm sure you collab with Humbly Driven.
Well, actually, not yet. We haven't really had the chance because when we kind of connected, it was as I left Maryland, so I haven't really connected with her yet.
Gotcha. Humbly Driven is in Maryland. Yes. Got it. All right. So I stopped the video because this stood out to me. Mm-hmm. So as an 80s baby, you know, I grew up on Wu-Tang. This is interesting. They got the Wu-Tang decals all over the back of the car. Like, how is this car in person? Talk to us about that, man.
Actually, that's one of my homies. That's the one who bought my old wheels. I love the car. I think he did a great job, but I think the wheels really set it off on his car a lot more than they did on mine. His idea was he liked the idea where everybody had the hearts on the back of the car, but he's like, everybody's doing it. He wanted to do something different. He loves Wu-Tang, so he's like, he had to do it. And so here we go.
Yo, I think that's dope. I think that, I mean, I haven't seen anything like it. I like originality. I think that's super original. And I'm sure, you know, that car gets a lot of attention when it's driving.
Oh, yeah. And he's about to get some more mods, too. That's going to help him stand out even more. So definitely going to be a few videos with him coming up, too.
Man, good stuff. Mm-hmm. All right. So I do this thing called Random 5. Okay? Well, I ask 5 random questions. Mm-hmm. And you give me, you know, whatever answer comes up, you know, to your mind. Okay?
All right.
What's your dream car?
Needs something GTR, but I'm not sure if it's R34 or R35. It's like I'm right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Favorite restaurant?
Red Robin. Like, I'm a sucker for actually the chicken tenders. Like
the chicken tenders. I never had the chicken tenders. They're amazing.
They're amazing.
I got you. I got you. What's your favorite place to visit?
Uh, that's a tough
Destination.
one. Um, I have been a fan of going to California. Uh, it's between California and Arizona. I definitely both places I need to take my wife, but I think since I live in Arizona, I think I'll say California. I was in San Diego enjoying that.
Man, I'm not sure why you like those places, but I know the presence of cars in those places are like next level.
Yeah.
It-
Now, I haven't really seen the scene in Arizona too much because I wasn't active going out like I wanted to. But now, since I'm away, I have friends in Arizona who's showing me the scene now. I'm like, how did I miss this?
that's what I wonder. Like, did that just happen over the last past couple years, or was Arizona always in the cars, man? If anybody's in the chat, even on Instagram, on IG, let us know about that, because I didn't know about. Just like you, I didn't. You lived there and you didn't see it. Me, I didn't
Yeah.
know about Arizona. Next thing you know, I see Strat, man, and all these other guys popping up. JR Garage, they all in Arizona now with all these supercar, hypercars, import cars. I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa, that exists in Arizona? I'm thinking that's
Hmm.
in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. And then those are the places that they've been going to. So it's like, I'm like, hey, I know that place. I've been there before, but I ain't never seen the car.
Right, man. That's weird. That's weird, man. All right, my fourth question: what keeps Bradford going every day?
Um, uh, the big thing is my wife's drive. Um, that has been awakening her, and seeing her push so hard, I'm just like, all right, well, I have to at least match that, if not go harder. But so seeing her is very motivating. Like just seeing how much she's grown since we've even known each other.
Man, excellent. And well, I'm gonna take you with me right quick.
Okay.
My last thing is, how does Bradford wants his legacy to be remembered?
I want to be remembered for not only my content but my character. I want to face some people who have had experiences with me to be able to say something positive about me and the experiences they've had with me. I always want to make sure that I treat people how I would want to be treated. And even if I don't get treated how I want to get treated, that's not going to change how I treat people. And I want that to reflect in my legacy.
Man, love it, love it. What else do you do outside of cars that you enjoy?
Mostly video games. I'm a huge gamer. It's funny because most of my life I've been a gamer. Like ever since I can remember, I've been a gamer. But these last 2 or 3 years, I've been swinging a little more to the car side. And so it'll be times where I'll go weeks or two without playing a game, and I'm like, "What's wrong with me? Like that's not normal." Like I was used to playing every day, and now it's just like, okay, all right, I'm gonna play this when I have a day off, and then my day off, I'm not even thinking about it.
Right. Are you more of an Xbox guy or a PlayStation guy?
Mostly, I'm more of a PlayStation now. Growing up, I've always had all consoles. It was like I wasn't picking a side. I was just playing both. But
Yeah.
the last generation, PS4 and Xbox One, it was just like, okay, well, I can get every game on from the Xbox on PlayStation that I want. And so I'm like, all right, well, I guess I'm sticking with PlayStation until Xbox makes a game that I have to get it for. But now they're making them on PC too, so I'm like, well, I don't even really need an Xbox, but I still feel bad not having one.
So you got both?
Not yet. I'm waiting for something big to come out to get the Xbox.
So what station do you have right now? You got the four, you got the PS4, you got the PS5.
Both actually. Yep. We just ended up gifting away. We had two PS4s. Gifted one away, so now we just got PS4 in the bedroom, PS5 in the living room.
Man, nice, man. You living it up over there.
Oh yeah.
Hey, look, tell the folks, where they can find you at, on YouTube, on IG, on basically all platforms. Give them a rundown of what type of content you bring. Also, let them know about the giveaways because you do giveaways as well. So, you know, let the folks know, man. Let the folks know.
All right, so I can be found on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, YouTube. If you type in 2Fitted, you'll be able to find me. The content that I bring mostly is going to be centered around me and my homies and different car shows. I'm working on getting a project car as soon as we get a house and everything situated. So I'll be doing some more performance stuff with that car, but for now, it's mostly the way the car looks. I'm doing a lot of vlogs. I do giveaways. It's pretty random for the giveaways. I've been giving away like Underglow kits, hats, gift cards. I just gave away the star headliner as well.
They're about to say you better not leave that out. You gave away a whole star headliner.
Yeah, so I gave that kit away. I'm definitely going to be doing another giveaway here, probably before this month is over and one next month. I think the next one is probably going to be interior lights. But for my giveaways, you just have to be subscribed and comment on that one video. I don't need you sharing everywhere because that gets kind of messy. We just keep it simple and just comment and subscribe. And yeah, we've been having a lot of fun over there. I do have my own merch brand. I'm really pushing it. I'm not doing these hats yet, but I will start to do some hats as soon as I can finish all the paperwork for that. But I do custom shirts. I do have the only shirts. I have most brands. I think I was missing. Oh no, I was missing Chevy, but I just added that. I think I'm missing Lexus. No, Toyota. I'm missing Toyota. But I gotta add a few more. But yeah, definitely find me on any of the social media platforms that's 2Fitted. If you type in Bradford White, most places you'll find me, but sometimes you might find a water heated company. So that's hit or miss.
Man, that's what's up. That's what's up. Hey, Vapors, let me know if you can come in on here. You know, while he's on here to close this thing out, give me a thumbs up or send me a request if you're able. But while I'm waiting for that feedback from Vapors, man, you know, again, we appreciate you for accepting the invite to come on the show to tell your story, to share it with us, you know, JDM, because right now, you know, we hear a lot of MOPAR.
Yeah.
We hear a lot of Fords. You know, we hear a lot of supercar talk. And I know the JDM world is huge, but I don't know anybody in that world to find out how huge it is or where to start.
Right.
Except you. I'm like, oh man, yo, this is the JDM guy. This Car Talk TV. We gotta talk about all cars, baby. We gotta talk about not just luxury cars, not just dumps, you know, not just Mopars, not just Chevys. We talking about all cars on here, man. What's next for you, man?
Next thing, I really want a project. I'm kind of on the fence because, I mean, I do want to stick with Nissan, get something like a 370Z. But at the same time, I do want something possibly old school. Like your build really is kind of pushing me that route. Looking at the Fox Body Mustang, I really want to do that.
I love the Fox Body Mustang. No, what you trying to get a notchback? You trying to get a GT? You trying to get a Vert?
See, I was so against Verts for a while, but I've been seeing a lot lately that are pretty dope. So it's either notchback or Vert, one of those two. Actually, maybe even a GT. I don't know. But I think not a GT because I would like to do an engine swap on it. Possibly do a JDM engine in it just to kind of blend it. Yeah, blend the worlds together a little bit.
Right, yep. Man. That'd be a dope build. That'd be a dope build.
And I see Humbly driven said Mustang because that's her favorite car. But
oh yeah, Mustang gang.
Yeah. So yeah, think about that so that way I can bring in people who don't usually look at my content too.
Yeah, I'll say as a YouTuber, and obviously that's what works for the bigger YouTubers by them having a garage and a whole collection. They bring in. You know, not just people who want to see their collection, but people who only like this particular car, people who only like that particular car. They're going to watch the whole vlog just because you got something that they like.
Exactly.
E-Vapors, man. What's good, brother?
Hey man, what's going on, man? Hey, I'm a JDM guy, man. I posted a picture earlier today, man. I had my 2003 350Z
Okay.
on there, and I had my 350Z in 2003, man. I literally didn't know anybody with a Z at the time, and of
Yeah.
course, the Holy Grail was the GTR.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
I used to always want me a GTR back in them days, man. But that price tag on that GTR was so far away.
Right.
It just really wasn't, you know, it wasn't a possibility back then, man. And
Mm-hmm.
now my taste has changed a little bit. I switched over to Chevy for a little while, and you know, now I'm into the exotic type cars, man. But I still love my 350Z, man. And I see that little project they talking about doing, man. That Z, that
Yeah.
350Z they talking about. You know what I mean? What
Mm-hmm.
you think about that?
I'm actually looking forward to that. The new one, it's probably gonna be the 400Z. I would like to get that because I know that will do well on the channel because it's gonna be the new generation. I mean, they've had the current 370Z since like 2008, and
Yeah.
so it's pretty. Oh, it's time to get something new, and I think that's gonna bring a lot of content, and I'm definitely interested in that one.
Oh yeah. That'd be dope, man. And when I saw the renderings of it, you know, online, I was like, it brought back
Yeah.
memories, man. I'm like, yo, do I rock back on that? You know.
Right.
But I let you go ahead and get one. I can ride with you. You can tell me how I go.
Yep. There we go. That'd be the way to do it.
Yes, sir.
Hey, love it, man. Any last words, E-Vapors, that you want to throw in here, man, before we end this thing, man?
Nah, man, it's been a good one, man. Again, you know, we always talk MOPAR, or we always talking exotics, or we always talking, you know, old school donks and all that stuff, man. So it was kind of cool, man, to have that JDM discussion, man. Like just the intricacies of it, because you don't really hear a lot about it on, you know, in our circles at least.
Right.
You know? But I mean, again, just my little short time in it, man. I got love for it, man, and you can get beat by anybody. So don't think because you got a certain beat.
Yeah.
Don't get caught slipping is all I'm gonna say.
Look,
Right.
hey,
Right.
They'll get your car and be like, oh, that's a Z, that's a Supra. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I know they told you that the Hellcat was the king of the road, but you don't know what that man or that lady got under that hood. Don't get caught slipping.
hey,
Right.
hey, 2Fitted. Have you seen a Hellcat or a 5.0 GT get taken down by somebody in your crew or somebody that you know?
Actually, I have my homie, Mr. Rockoff Johnson, do a lot of videos, racing videos, and I see it all the time. He always got something that's a
Oh,
sleeper taking somebody down.
oh man.
Yep.
Oh Lord.
I've seen one in person. I didn't even realize they were about to run, just at a stoplight. I'm not sure exactly if it was a 392 or what. I knew it was a Challenger, and they ran a Civic, and it was just stoplight to stoplight, and it wasn't even close.
True. Yeah, them
Yep.
Civic. Look, you do the right stuff to a Civic, you're out of there. Them things so light.
Yep.
Mm, mm,
They
mm.
weighed just about nothing. And then it looked like he had only his seat in there. Like, it was just, I was like, you shouldn't even rate that guy.
We had it. If you guys go back to the first couple weeks of Car Talk TV, one of the guests, we got a request. Let me know if you know this person. United AS1 crew. Do you know them?
Yeah, no.
All right, we gonna bring you in a bit before we close this thing out. United, just give me a second. We had T-Mark Jones from The Fastest Car. Are you familiar with The Fastest Car, the Netflix show?
Yeah.
So that show is basically you got JDMs, you got rat rods, you got hot rods, and they going up against the fastest, the most expensive supercar. And exactly what you just mentioned, like you seen a Civic smoke a Hellcat like it was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys haven't seen it on Netflix, look up Fastest Car. These cars are heavily modified sleepers.
Yeah.
Heavily modified sleepers. That's doing that thing. Let me bring your guy in, man. I think he might be your folks.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and also, man, to let me know in the chat on YouTube, how y'all liking this? What we'll be bringing in, you know, just random people. Let us know how you like this thing. Just switching it up just a little bit here on Car Talk TV. United, hello, how are you?
Yo.
United AS, what was it? United AS Crew, is that United Ultimates Crew? Is that what that stands for?
United as
It's
one
just
crew.
United as one.
Ah, my bad. United as one. Well, look, man, we brought you live on Car Talk TV, man. Say something. What you riding? What you riding? What you got to say to Bradford? What you got to say to us?
I gotta say thanks to Bradford. Ever since I met the guy, he's been nothing but very supportive.
Yeah, I don't see him.
And I just can't thank the guy enough. You know, he helped me actually start my vlog, which I haven't done in a little bit. I've been like caught up with things, but Bradford's a good guy. I'll tell you that much. So I got nothing but love and respect for Mr. Bradford.
I can't hear him on Instagram.
Oh, he said he can't. He said he can't hear you. Maybe it's a maybe it's a slight connection with Bradford. I'm gonna repeat what he said. He said, man, you know, you're a good guy. Like, you know, you actually motivated him to get on these vlogs, to, you know, start filming, start getting into the cars, man. He's definitely showing you love, which was kind of where we left off with, you know, your legacy. And you was talking about, yo, you know, I want to make impact. You know, I want people to feel like that about me, man. So just hearing that in full circle after you just said it, and we just brought, you know, a random person in, man, you're on your way. You're doing exactly, you're accomplishing exactly what you're trying to do. It's happening right here in the flesh, man.
Nice. That's perfect. Yeah, he's definitely been great support, and definitely appreciate all of the support.
Yeah, man, good stuff, good stuff. Humbly Driven said, yes, he is. He's a great dude. We got L Boogie's up in here. What's good? What's good? I can request in the show. Yeah. So, you know, we gonna switch it up every now and then where we just bring some you know, bring some random people that's on the chat in. You know, have them talk about their bills, get a little bit of shine. You know, we might ask them a few things. So we about to actually close it out. You know, it's been an hour. United. What you got, man? Talk about your car right quick. You live with us with Car Talk E-Vapors, man, on Car Talk TV. Tell us about your car.
I got you. Well, if you're in Orlando, I have the cleanest 16 blue Ultima on the streets right now.
Okay.
Bradford will tell you. He's seen it in person. Like, you don't see other blue Ultimas hooked up or have the setup as mine.
Yeah, that's true. It's real clean.
So people know in Orlando, they know when it's me. So, well, yeah, if it wasn't for the Ultima thing and you know, go to car meets and stuff, I would have met Bradford. But yeah, man, Bradford, bro, good. Many thanks to you, man. I know you haven't heard from me in a while. Been caught up with personal things, but I'm glad you're able to you know, add me to the thing here, and then me personally just tell you, you know, thank you for everything.
Oh yeah, definitely, no problem.
Sure, man. So
no problem.
Hey Bradford, you also run like a forum, I believe. Don't you got like one of the largest Nissan groups or something like that? We just skipped over that.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. On Facebook, I'm part of the 5th Gen official group. I'm a moderator in that one, but then I also have Nissan Times Infinity group that I'm admin in, that I run, that I created. I have my 8th Gen Maxima DMV Nissan Times Infinity, and there's a few other little ones that I'm kind of a part of, but I'm not really like running or anything like that. But yeah, it's definitely pretty big on Facebook.
Man, good stuff. Good stuff. Look, you know, we about to close this thing out, man. Salute to you, Bradford, for all you're doing. Man, keep pushing. I do remember, you know, you coming out there a little bit when we was hosting the car shows. That was like, you know, my exit, as you mentioned, out of really like the car scene, and, you know, really start more focusing on business. I even tried to link up with you when I was in Miami, but obviously that's too far of a drive. But, you know, Car Talk, when we take this thing on the road, we definitely going to be linking up with a lot of people, and you're going to be one of them, to show us, you know, your neck of the woods, show us, you know, what the car scene is about, and so that we can get a dose of what we're seeing on the vlogs. that's pretty much all I got, man. Again, appreciate you. Thank you. And as I always say, everybody, stay positive, stay motivated. Salute.
Oh,